Okay, so deadline stream, game week 2.
Here we go.
So here we go. So my name is Joe. I'm from Joe. My Twitter name is Zhou FPL, and joining me is FPL Stonks, also known as Chris.
Hey
So
guys.
good to have everyone here. Um, so deadline stream. We have another about 1 hour and 15 minutes to game week 2, and it's been a pretty eventful the last few. I would say the last day. So many rumors coming up. I'm not sure whether you kept up with Twitter. There's just
I've tried.
so
I've
many
tried to keep up.
people putting out rumors, fake news of injuries
Uh,
happenings everywhere. So it's chaos. It's crazy.
yeah, it's kind of a mess right now. I think you have to kind of block off the information sometimes because it gets too noisy out there, and I feel like just get so much irrelevant stuff in our
Hmm.
heads, which is unnecessary for us managers.
Yep. So I think we will just kickstart. I think what we do is we are going to look at the game week 2 fixtures. Let me just put up the screen. Yep. Okay, so here we have the game week 2 fixtures. Right, let me just see. Show on screen. Yep, here. Okay, I think it's pretty small, but you can
We
also
can read
see
them
my.
out. We can read them out. I think everyone knows the fixtures already.
Yeah. So okay, first game. First game is going to be Nottingham Palace against Sheffield United. Then we have Fulham against Brentford, Liverpool
Forest.
against Bournemouth. Sorry, Nottingham
Nottingham
Forest.
Forest.
Yeah,
You
again,
said
sorry.
Palace.
Nottingham Forest against Sheffield United, Fulham against
Yeah.
Brentford. Then we have Liverpool against Bournemouth, Wolves against Brighton. Then we have Spurs, Man United, Man City, Newcastle, um, Aston Villa, Everton, West Ham versus Chelsea, and Crystal Palace versus Arsenal. So I think what we do is we're going to just go through our teams
Yeah.
and
Let's go
the
through
thoughts
teams.
behind it. So maybe Chris, let us start with yours. Yeah.
Yeah. So my side is unchanged from game week one. Should I say I finished game week one with 73 points,
Hmm.
which was a decent start for me. I think game week one is never too important, but you'd like to have a score that's roughly above the average. I
Yep.
think it was a good week. I went Saka captain over Haaland, which
Yep.
was you can call it dumb. I think it was brave,
Yeah.
but how
I think it's brave.
yeah.
I think it's really brave.
Haaland, I think he's just like so good. We have to acknowledge it. But right
Hmm.
now, I'm kind of seeing City as a side that's struggling to actually provide for Haaland because he cannot just get the ball and drive and score by himself. I think he needs that
Yep.
chance creation. And now I'm kind of wondering when it's gonna come from. So yeah, this is my team right now. As you can see, Saka is the captain.
Hmm.
Uh, to be honest, it was a weird week for me because I didn't have Salah, and I had to commit to the
Hmm.
plan. I
Yep.
said I wouldn't get him. I'm not gonna get him in just because he has a good fixture right now.
Yep.
So yeah, I think City did not look good against Sevilla. I think it
Hmm.
was a really tight game. They could have
Hmm.
lost too.
Yep.
And attacking wise, I couldn't see them having that flow that they used to have. And I think the fact that the team has changed quite a bit from last year hasn't helped. I think Cole Palmer is starting to become a part of the squad. He finds himself in those good areas, but he's still not quite nailed.
Hmm.
Foden and really seem on and off all the time. So I don't know. I feel like I cannot trust my captaincy in a tough fixture because Newcastle look really good against Aston Villa. If you
Yep.
if you've seen the game, they
Yeah.
look so good,
Yep.
and I feel like it's gonna be a really tight game.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Saka has a good fixture. Not easy
Hmm.
one. I
Hmm.
think Arsenal are a really good team this year. I think they've kept the main structure of the team and they've added really good players. And I feel like
Yep.
they actually have a chance of maybe
Hmm.
winning the title this year. So I think I'm gonna back their best player, Saka. The goal he scored against
Oh yeah.
Forest.
Crazy
I
goal.
think when you see the player scoring that goal, you kind of feel the need to back them up because they're
Yeah,
actually a good player.
and
Nothing about stats and stuff. You
yeah,
just see the ability.
and to be able to pull off that kind of a goal, you have to be really confident. So looks yeah,
Exactly.
he
Yeah,
looks he looks really confident
he's
at
really
the moment.
confident.
Yep, yep.
So yeah, I think right now I'm gonna in weeks like that where you can't really feel an obvious choice in your team. I feel you have to back the best player.
hmm
Although Haaland's a really good player, I think right now Saka is in the best position
Yeah,
and the best team.
yeah. I think
Yeah,
I've looked at the stats for the Sevilla game in the Super Cup as well. I think Haaland, if I'm not mistaken, he barely had even a shot. Um,
yeah. There
yeah,
was no actual service to him. Yeah,
and the whole
exactly.
team, I think they played until the penalty shootout. So basically, and they have to travel as well. So I think, in terms of fatigue, I think, in terms of all the teams in the league, I think they are the most. They're having the. I mean, they had traveled and they played a long game, and it was a tough game as well.
Yeah,
So yeah,
exactly.
that definitely makes sense, and they're playing against a really strong Newcastle side.
And
So.
I
Mm,
think there's some people who are actually contemplating captaining United assets.
yep.
I don't think we've seen something right now from United. I think it's gonna be a high scoring game, but I don't trust them at all.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen the highlights. They they are not. I mean, it's a relatively poor game for them. Although they're playing at home,
They could have lost,
Wolves they allow
surely.
so many shots. They allow Wolves having so many shots. And they don't look confident, and they don't probably they're not as match fit as they would like as well. So yeah, we just see how it goes. So
Yeah.
just for the record, you did not do any transfer.
No, no. I really like doing something like a mini wildcard come game week
Yep.
3.
Yep.
That
Sounds
minus
good.
4 just it feels like it's a nice thing to have your options. And I think right now targets are actually emerging at a really quick rate because there's gonna be a
hmm
nice fixture turn. And I think we're
hmm
gonna we're gonna want to get many players in those squads by game week
Yep.
3.
Yep. Okay. Cool. So I think next I will just also share my team.
Yeah, let's see
Yeah.
what you got.
So yeah, I think there are some questions coming in.
Oh
So
yeah,
to the viewers, we will answer those questions in the later part of the stream. So after we go through some of the topics that we want to talk on. So yeah, so this is my team. Um, I've not done any transfers as well, and my captaincy this week is Salah because I think that was probably one of the main reasons why I brought him in the first place.
obvious.
Uh,
Yeah, obvious.
yeah, he was I would say not unfortunate as well in the game against Chelsea.
Yeah, a bit.
Yeah, he hit the woodwork once,
Could
and
have taken some chances better. I feel like he
yeah.
was in some good. He got some good opportunities and he didn't really feel confident. I didn't see him
Mhm.
like having that sharpness that he has most of the time. But I think he's gonna get his chances against Bournemouth for sure.
Yeah, hopefully not like last season. The yeah blanking in
Uh,
the 9-0 win. Oh, that was tough.
you can't just say that, out of the blue. Yeah, it reminds me of a really bad time. God no.
I mean, I had him as well. I think
Yeah,
he's my
I
he's my cap.
captain. I
He
captain.
captain.
Yeah,
I captain him as well. So, but
painful,
yeah,
painful.
um, um, let's
Deja
hope for
vu.
the best. Yeah, no hope, no deja vu. So yeah, I mean he had an offside goal, marginally offside as well against
Yeah, it
Chelsea.
was tight. It was tight. It
Yeah,
was
it
really
was
tight.
tight. So yeah, no transfers, and just put the captaincy on Salah. So yeah, hope for the
That's a really
best.
nice team you got there. Actually, I love the midfield.
Yeah,
How
I
many
mean,
points?
I
How many
think
points did you get last week?
last week game
You
week
have to. You got lots of points,
I
didn't
had
you?
88 points.
Yeah, yeah. Your midfield was so good.
Yeah, I mean I
Did
was
it?
pretty fortunate with the midfield. But yeah, you know,
I think the Madison and Buemo combo is something that I haven't seen a lot. So I think I was really brave to actually avoid like Mitema or someone else like Eze. I think those were templatey more, and I
yeah,
think it was brave to go without them and pick someone else.
Yeah, I mean, I had Stones rather than Madison. I went for a 4-4-2, but then when Stones, had
Stones, yeah,
the
injury.
injury and things, then I swap it to the 3-5-2. Um, so yeah, so this is my team. Not done any transfers, and hopefully, we know more for game week 3 to make more decisions. Yep. So now, um, we have shared our teams and our strategies as well. We look at some other captaincy options. I think the more popular ones are, most of the people will probably think, whether Haaland or Salah. Chris, you went for Saka. I think that's an interesting one. I think you're the first person I've seen on Twitter as well to put the captaincy on Saka. But another popular one is Watkins as well. Um,
Yeah, yeah, surely.
yeah, yeah, I've seen.
I think Aston Villa look is they're a good team, despite the fact
Mhm.
that they got demolished by Newcastle. That's a different story. Newcastle are a really good side, and if we're saying they're competing for top four, maybe even higher, I think we can't really take that 5-1 as
Yep.
as Villa not being good. I just take it as Aston Newcastle being so sharp, and I think they just tick
Oh
above.
yeah.
I tick above them.
Yep.
Yeah,
Exactly. So just to share something interesting that has been shared by all about FPL. If you don't know all of FPL, to those who are watching, you should consider following them. They run a very good blog on FPL, and it's all free. So they shared a stats, on the previous season when Watkins played against Everton. In two matches, he had a total. I mean, he loves to play against Everton. So if you're looking, or if you have
home
Watkins,
game
and
too. You know.
yeah, so if you have Watkins, if you look to consider to captain him, this is probably something that you can look at, right? So I think the popular ones, Salah, Haaland, Watkins. I think some even considering Rashford, but personally,
Yeah,
not for me. What do you think, Chris?
I get it. I get it because the United Tottenham games usually have 2 3 goals from each side
Hmm.
because you want a player from a high scoring game. I can understand why they're doing it, but I just think most might be United fans. Just expecting their team to do something. So
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know. I get it though. I get it. I won't say it's a crazy bonkers shot. I just feel like
hmm
it's kind of forced. I don't know.
yeah.
He's a good
I,
player, though. Rashford is a good player. He
yeah, I
can
mean,
score
he's
anytime.
a good player. It's just that they are not as convincing
Yeah.
the last game week, and they were playing at home. So usually they do tend to do
Yeah.
better at home.
I
But
did expect like a 3-0 comfortably against
yep.
Wolves. I thought United, they've been a good team lately. I thought it was going to be an easy win for them. So I was
Yeah.
kind of discouraged by that game.
hmm Yeah, I mean, especially your Chris, you own Bruno and Rashford as well. So
yeah.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
have
I did expect them to do well. So and
yeah.
one of the two is going to leave probably game week 3 because I've been eyeing lots of midfielders.
hmm
It's Madison, Bumo,
Yep.
even someone from Chelsea. You
Yep.
never know. I don't know. I feel like they need to show some good stuff in the
Yep.
Tottenham game.
Yep.
Yeah,
Exactly. Agreed. So now we are just going to go through some common dilemmas. I think I think the main ones people are looking at. If you own Gabriel, um, for
yeah.
me, I think Gabriel resting on game week 1 it's really, to be honest, I find it really surprising as well.
Was it
Um,
arresting though? That's the
he,
question mark.
yeah,
Was it arresting?
was he
Yeah.
rested or dropped? I mean, Arteta
Yeah.
says it's tactical reasons, but we'll never know. Um, and will he play on game week 2?
I think he's a hold. For me, there's no reason to sell right now. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like you have to see whether that's sustainable. Whether he's gonna keep getting dropped. Timber, ACL, really
Yep.
unlucky.
Yep.
Was a really bad injury. I just feel like you can't just justify selling him right now
Yeah.
because you never know what Turtle's gonna come with next game week 2. I think you just have to leave that for
Hmm.
the next game week and see how it goes.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think with Timber out, you know, I can personally I can see Gabriel starting again. But if I do own him, I if I do have other fires to put out, or I just want to hold and see what's going to happen in game week 3, if I have Gabriel, I would hold him as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, for
I
sure.
just think
Hmm.
he can't get dropped completely out of the blue. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I
Yep.
think for now, definitely keep
Yep. All right. Okay. Another one is if you do own Reece James or Timber, um, what do you think owners should do?
Rich James and Julian Timber both,
I mean, no, either one.
either one. So Rich James, we know he's gonna be out for some weeks. I think that's what Pochettino said.
Yep.
I just feel like James. I'm not gonna judge anyone, but I feel like if you went with James, you had to know a bit better because he always seems like the potential upside pick,
Mm-hmm.
But he hasn't seemed to recover from that injury since he was keep getting them. I've never seen him and said and said that he has recovered. He never seems to be 100%. I don't know
Yeah.
if you've ever seen that. I don't know. He never seems to be there like fully fit. So I never trusted having James. Part of the reason why I went with Jewel. I just feel like if you don't have Jewel and you have James, I think it's not a sideways move. It's a really good move
Yep.
because Chilwell, he seemed really good, really attacking, really high up the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
He might also take some set pieces. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
sure about that, but I think if you don't have Chilwell, you should opt to get him. But also, there was a conversation about Gusto.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like he could be short term because you never know how Chelsea are gonna mix it up at the
Yep.
back. We've
Yep.
got some depth at the back, so if we play three at the back, you might see some different scenarios going on. So I wouldn't go for him since
Mm-hmm.
Rich James won't be out for like that much, for that long.
Yeah. I mean, uh, if James, if owners do not have Chilwell, I think Chilwell is definitely a much. I
Must,
mean,
a
a
must.
must. Yeah, definitely a good pick. You should even go for him even this game week. You don't wait until the next game week. Um, because he he had an offside goal as well, and he was practically playing almost like a left wing.
Yeah, he got too
Yeah.
many chances. I don't
Yeah.
know if it was because of Trent. Uh, he had way too much space
Yep.
down
Yep.
that left flank.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I just
Definitely.
feel like he's gonna be there anyway. Like
Hmm.
whoever we're playing, I'm a Chelsea fan by the way. For anyone who doesn't know, uh, I feel like whoever we're gonna play, the fullbacks are a vital part of our attack.
Hmm.
So I just feel like he's gonna get some good returns.
So in a way, you don't recommend going Gusto even for short term.
Okay, I mean he's a 4 million defender. I'm not
Hmm.
saying it's a bad shout. I'm just saying imagine at some point you do probably want to have triple up with Chelsea. You might.
Yep.
The fixtures is really good,
Yep.
so you kind of limiting yourself there. If you want to go Gusto, he doesn't really play. We haven't seen much to know if he plays next game and he does well. You
Hmm.
might see him more. You have to wait. I think you have to wait and see for that. I don't feel like you should get in right now.
Yep.
It's kind of risky. Yeah.
Yeah. But if it's for Chilwell, I think it's quite a no brainer even to get him now. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if it's for Gusto, maybe just wait and see how whether he actually starts against West Ham. So then, yeah, then
He's
we can
been
see
really good,
about game week
actually.
3.
He's been really
Mm-hmm.
good. If you've watched him play, he's been really good defensive wise. I
Yep.
think he has a very similar profile to James. If you've seen his body type,
Mm-hmm.
uh, he's comfortable on the ball. He seems fast. Really similar profile. So I feel like if he plays 1-2 good games, he's gonna nail that spot until James comes back.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay. So now what about Timber? If
Yeah,
you own Timber, I
he's
think
fully
it's a
priced too, right?
bit, yeah, it's a bit tricky. It depends on whether how much do you have in the bank, because right now Timber
Yeah,
is
yeah.
already 4.9. So let's
I
say you
mean,
don't have any in the bank, then your only choice are probably 4.5 million players.
yeah, that's kind
So
of a tough one. It also depends if you have like a fourth defender, because some
mhm,
people are, they might roll with three at the back and then 2 4 million defenders, which isn't ideal for me. That's why I always like to have a good fourth. Have
mhm,
one kind of a good player who can also be a bench player. So if you don't have any bench players, I feel like you have to stretch. Maybe if you don't have the cash, find a cheap option. But I don't see something that really tempts me right now. I don't know. Maybe Botman. He also has some good area threat. So I
mhm.
think Newcastle are gonna start having some good fixtures soon.
Yep,
And even in the tough fixtures, I think he could get something. You know what I mean? And we've seen them keep clean sheets against tough opponents. So
yep,
I feel like it's not a bad move to
yeah.
go there.
For me personally, I like the look of Henry.
Ah, yeah, Brentford.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he.
really
I
good
mean,
games.
yeah, he really bombed that flank, and I think um, Brentford, they are still having pretty good fixtures, and he's a good player to have
Yeah,
in
it's a
your
good
team
shout.
to
Always
switch
good.
in,
Yeah,
switch out as well. So yeah, Henry might be a good consideration, but yeah, if you have if owners do have the funds to go for Chilwell, it's just go for him. Yeah. So it really depends on how much money the owners have. Okay,
yeah.
so what do you think of KDB being out? What other attackers might might be interesting in Man City?
First and foremost, I think KDB, he's looked kind of off on and off. He's been world class. That's not no brain, but I feel like past year maybe he's not been that good. He's a really good player. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
saying otherwise, but I think his level has dropped
Yep.
compared to what he used to do and what he used to be. He used to be a freak. For me, he
Yeah.
used to be
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
He could do anything. The greatest speed.
Mm-hmm.
His level was so intense, and I think that's not the case right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think City is gonna miss that kind of intensity and that kind of ability that he
Mm-hmm.
has.
Mm-hmm.
And as I said before, City, they haven't looked so sharp. The flow has been lost for me. That crazy attacking chemistry they used to have uh, doesn't seem to be there. I don't know. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like right now they're kind of relying on Haaland's ability to score goals out of nothing,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah. Understand.
some sort of good dribble from Foden, Grealish taking out one or two players, and then maybe
Mm-hmm.
assisting for a tap in, that sort
Mm-hmm.
of thing. They're kind of relying on individual brilliance rather than actual combinations in attack. But I don't doubt they can still beat most teams in the
Yep.
Premier League without KDB. Even with this kind of a struggle that they seem to have, I don't doubt that they can beat Newcastle this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not, that's why City are just a team that has been used to winning. That's what I'm saying. City have a mentality. They know how to get results. But I just know about the assets. I don't know how the game's gonna go. I,
Mm-hmm.
I do have both Foden and Hand. But I don't think we can avoid them with this fixture run they have coming up.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken, it's Sheffield next. You can't just go in that fixture with just one player. I feel like
Yeah. Understand.
you'd feel such a fear of missing out. And then
Yep.
it's Fulham, West Ham, Forest, Wolves. Uh, does it get much better? I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like you have to exploit that. So I think watching City this weekend is gonna be really important
Yep.
to see how they do and who has the potential to give the most points for us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think one player that I really would like to monitor, it's Alvarez.
yeah,
Um,
Alvarez.
yeah. So
He's been good too. He's been really good.
and he's only 6.5 million. So really good. Um, I would say a budget option to the Man City attacker. But I guess we just need to see how it goes, how they 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 play against Newcastle. All right, I think that's all for the dilemmas that we have at the moment. I think Stones is also out. Diaz, maybe.
Yeah. Also, blow for City. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yep. So Stones out if you own, but I think I'm not sure. I'm not sure. For me, Stones might not be out for too long. So maybe might be worth keeping.
I don't know.
If I'm not-
Even if you do keep, Pep.
yeah.
Pep's just a fucking crazy guy. Uh, we've been trolled by Pep for so many years. I feel like you want to have someone from City defender, but it just gets so you're
Yeah.
gonna go crazy waiting for the lineups. Is my 5 million defender starting? Is my 5.5 million defender starting? I feel like it's unnecessary. I don't know. I feel like the stress is crazy. But
Yeah.
of course, if they do start, you can reap the rewards because I feel City is gonna keep plenty of clean sheets
Hmm.
in the upcoming fixtures. But I don't know. I don't feel like I can trust someone to play like 5 of the next 6. Maybe I don't know who is gonna play
Yeah.
all of
Understand.
those.
So in a way, if you own Stones, wait and see. I would say it's just to see me if you don't need a replacement now, but if you do need a replacement and you don't have don't have Chilwell, probably Chilwell is probably still the best option to go for. Um, but yeah, generally tend to avoid Man City defenders for now.
I think there's some questions. Would you like to answer them
Yeah, I
in the
think
comments?
maybe we just go for a quick
Maybe
one.
later.
Yeah, maybe we
Yeah,
just go for a
maybe.
quick one. Team
Yeah,
news. I'll just show this a summary from all about FPL. James is out for weeks, not months, according to Pochettino. Stones is ruled out due to muscular injury. Ruben Diaz might be fit. Bernardo Silva is also a doubt. For Brighton, everyone is fit, but De Zerbi mentioned that he's going to make some changes. So who knows what changes he's going to do. DCL, Calvert Lewin is back, but personally, I think we need to give at least a few weeks to see whether he's
yeah,
fit
yeah.
and how he plays. Um, Man United, Martinez training should be available. For Fulham, Palinia, I think he's
Putting yeah,
back. He's a important player for Fulham. So we
yeah,
just
definitely
yeah yeah.
really important
Um,
player for them.
Yep. For Spurs, Romero is back after he has been subbed off as a precaution for a concussion, but okay, good to go. Um, Bournemouth, Kelly back, Otara, Smith are out. West Ham, no fresh injuries, but interesting. Edson Alvarez and Ward Prowse are available. So I
Yeah,
think
good signings from West Ham. Yeah,
yeah, I
two
think
good signings.
Ward
Yeah,
Prowse is an interesting player to watch as well.
yeah. I mean, I think he's been one of the most underlooked players like forever in FPL, and
Yep.
I never feel like we care about the points he gives because he turns up a lot with those free kicks and penalties and stuff. No one seems to get him ever.
I mean, he's really consistent. You can just leave him there, and he delivers you points.
He
Um,
takes well. I think. Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah.
it depends whether does he take all the set pieces for West Ham. We just have
He
to wait
could.
and
Yeah,
see. But
he could.
yeah, he'll be a good option if he does do it.
I feel so. Yeah.
I think he's only 6 million. Yeah, six
Yeah.
million.
Yeah.
So it'll be an interesting option if it's available. So we'll just wait and see on that. Okay, so I guess now we'll go to the Q and A's. Let me see, who do we have? Okay, we have from Irfan. What or which would you pick between Joao Pedro, Mbeumo, or Mitoma to start game week 2? Pick two. Chris,
Pick two.
yeah, pick two out of these three.
I think in Buemo for sure. I
Yep.
don't feel like it's a debate in Buemo for
Hmm.
sure. And now I think Joao Pedro made to like sort of coin flip. I feel like if Pedro remains in the penalty taker, I mean you always have to back the penalty taker. So
Yep.
for me, it's Pedro and Bumo, but it's a 50-50 right now. But I think pens, you always have to back
Yeah.
the penalty taker.
Yeah. I
That's
mean,
kind of a rule for me, at least.
yeah. I think even besides the penalty, he did pretty well in his
Yeah,
first
yeah,
game
no,
for
yeah,
Brighton. He was really involved. He was really hardworking. Um, but then again, De Zerbi said he's going to do some changes. So who knows what kind of change is
yeah.
going to
I
happen?
think Brighton managers always say that. I don't know. I feel like the changes usually are not that significant. I think the good players still play. The key players usually play. So I feel like I wouldn't take that so seriously, personally.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay, we have a question from our Gameweek Navigators member as well, Nihal. He said, Bruno to Diaz, is it overthinking? I don't know. For me, I think Diaz played well against Chelsea.
Yeah,
Um, he sort of, you can say, almost back to his best before his injury. Um, I think this is just what I think. I think he will continue to start. It is
yeah, probably.
Jota. I don't know Jota. I think his spot is more of a risk. But I think Diaz so far should be regular. But Bruno to Diaz overthinking, maybe. I think maybe Nihal. If you don't have any Liverpool assets, maybe Bruno Diaz is worth it. But Bruno, we know he's a 90 minutes man. He
Yeah,
he he and Chris, like what you mentioned, usually Man United against Spurs, their goals. So will he?
yeah.
Some most of the time when there is goals, he is involved one way or another. So for me, I would think keep Bruno maybe one more week. Um, and if you really want Diaz, maybe you should try other options to get him. But for me, I'll keep Bruno for another week.
I do get the appeal and the excitement of doing this transfer because you transfer out someone with a tough fixture, Spurs
Hmm.
away. They haven't shown much, and you get someone who scored a goal, who plays Bournemouth at home. I
Hmm.
get that. And I think it's good to be opportunistic in FPL. You have to pick your moments. I
Yep.
just feel like this early at the season, you want to just collect information, so you can release that opportunistic side of yours later on and actually
Yep.
capitalize on much better opportunities.
Hmm.
But I'm not fully against it. If you feel like it's gonna pay off, I think it's not a bad move at all. I think you could easily just reap the rewards with like 10-point difference. Easily. I think this could be a scenario. But I think for me, the two free transfers is gonna be something I wanna have in order to rethink some stuff, and move on from game week 3,
Hmm.
take some punts from there on.
Yep. Okay, we have another one from Kelvin. I think he said thoughts on Stones. I think we have touched this just now. He's a
Yeah, I
doubt.
think Doubt he's not nailed as it seems. I don't know.
Hmm.
Pep is just not worth messing with. I don't think he's just shown that he hates FPL managers, and we need to back off. Clearly,
So
for
yeah,
now
I
at
think
least, no. Yeah,
yeah. Okay, another one. Maybe you can try. Maybe since you are a Chelsea fan, what about James to Disasi? What do you think?
I think Nitashi did well. He had a good game.
Hmm.
I just
Scored
don't
as
feel
well.
like. Yeah, he scored as well. Yeah, I think we had a solid game. Most of the team had a solid game. I think throwing him in first game, he did play well. I think that shows a lot. But I feel I feel like it's not really the best move right now because I'd rather get Colwill, for example. I think
Yep.
Colwill is someone that we have to invest in by giving him lots of playing time this season. For me, he's got the potential to become one of the best in the world. He's got
Mm-hmm.
the height, the strength, the mobility. Really good with the ball. His passing is. I just feel
Yep.
like are they the same price? Is the Sassy 4.5? I'm not sure.
Let me just
Might
check.
be.
Just
I'll have to
let me
check
just check.
this if you
It's
could.
okay. I can have a look. Yeah. You can continue.
Yeah, I feel Colwell is the player that he can also play left center back, and right now we don't really have someone else.
Yep.
We do have Badiashile, but I feel like Colwell has to start most games. He's
Yeah.
very young. He's fit. I feel like it's a good punt, 4.5. But if you if you,
Disasi is 5.
he's 5,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you get more safety with Colwell.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
And we don't have enough data to suggest that Disasi has more attacking threat. He scored a goal, yes. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
I guess he was
yeah,
just sort of like a right place at the right time, but credit to him, he took it well, the goal. But I agree with you. I think Colwell, gives a better value in terms of FPL. And then I think he's also one of Pochettino's favorite. When Pochettino
and,
wants to join.
think about it. If Pochettino develops him into a top player, he gets credit for that. He gets look who made him who he is.
Yep,
So you
yep.
always have to think the motive for the manager, because he has a player who has the English hype. Obviously,
Hmm.
he could be the next English centre back in the national
Yeah,
team.
yep,
That has something to play with, to do with everything.
yeah,
And I think the comment also says something else.
yeah. He says,
Saudi.
I read something random. He said, "What do you think about Saudi? Isn't it good that talented Asian players can play in top league in 5 years?"
I
That's
didn't
quite
get
random.
that. I didn't get. I don't know. I'm confused actually. I don't know.
What do you think about
Uh,
Saudi? Isn't it good that talented Asian players can play in top league in
I'm kind
five
of
years?
confused.
I
Uh,
I I have no idea.
isn't it? Isn't it? I don't know. I'm confused.
Yeah, I think we go to the next
I don't
one.
know. Honestly, I'm trying to. Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to decode it.
So next one, Kelvin, he says Stones to Henry, Colwill or Gusto. Should I roll the free transfer? I have Chilwell, Estupinan, Botman, and Bayer. So I think if he rolls the free transfer, meaning he has to play Botman in, and he probably does not have any defensive bench, so to say. So I think,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I think from the choices,
I
probably
think.
Colwill or Henry. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the first two I like them more. And I think if you already have Chilwell, maybe go Henry because I think Brentford could keep some clean sheets, and
Mm-hmm.
he seems to just get those attacking returns. I think he should get one or two, until the good runs end. So I think Henry's a good shout, and I don't think many will have the opportunity to get him because everyone's gonna be focused on other transfers. But if you need to do this, I think it's a nice pick.
Yep.
Sure.
Okay, from a random penguin, Joao, Pedro, or Diaz. I think maybe I can answer this. I think it's a bit tricky because
For what?
one you're talking about striker position, one you're talking about Liverpool
Yeah,
midfielder.
Diaz. Yeah.
So I would, for this case, if you ask me, just for this week alone, Pedro
Sure.
or Diaz, I'll go
Diaz.
Diaz. I'll go
Yeah.
Diaz. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely better fixture, midfielder. Yeah.
Yeah, and sort
Straight
of
up.
on form as well. Okay, Salah. This is by Christian Manu,
Manu.
either Manu or Manu.
I'd
I don't
say
know.
so.
Maybe a MU fan. Salah or Haaland as captain. What are the risks if I have Salah and I don't captain him? I think if you have Salah and you don't captain him, you are still in a pretty good position because he is still relatively um, lesser owned, so to speak, as compared to Haaland. I think we are definitely looking at about at least 150 or 160% EO. But so if you have Salah but you don't captain him, if you captain, let's say you captain Haaland, I think you still gain ranking if Salah do score, and Haaland don't. So I think relatively it's still low risk, but in a sense, if you have Salah as a 12.5 million midfielder and you don't captain him against Bournemouth at home, so yeah, why?
Yeah, it gets pointless. I think you
Yeah,
have to.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's a world where you can't do it. I mean, if you don't trust it, I don't know. He's shown some good
Hmm.
things. I don't know why people have put it off. I feel like they're kind of scared of Haaland maybe, but I think this is maybe the best time to not be scared of Haaland. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah,
Do I think Haaland's gonna score? He could probably.
yep,
He's gonna get maybe one goal, but I just feel like you have to go with common sense and the opportunity that Salah could easily score a hat trick. I'd
yep,
say
yep. Agreed.
so. For me, no brainer.
Okay, next one. I think we're gonna answer a few more. I think we just have two more. So, three more. Okay, so this is by uh KOKLKW. Gabriel or Shaw to Chilwell or Martinelli to Diaz. Oh,
I think
this is
you shouldn't sell Martinelli right now. He was
yeah.
good. Arsenal are a good side. They're gonna score goals.
Mm-hmm.
They also got some nice fixtures
Mm-hmm.
overall. And for me, it's Gabriel Tuchel for sure. So
Yep.
United, I think United are gonna keep clean sheets. Last year Shaw was a bonus points magnet.
Yep.
I don't see a reason why you should sell Shaw right now.
Yeah.
If you have the fans, of course, you need to have the fans to get Chilwell. But yeah,
Yep. I agree with you. Looking at the options that he presented, I think Gabriel to Chilwell seems like the bigger upside.
yeah.
Um, out of the options. Okay. Um, this is by N Unwin. What about Jackson as a Chelsea fan?
Yeah. He was looking good in preseason, I have to say. I think he was the guy I was most excited for, because if you've seen Chelsea in a few years, back, we haven't had a striker to play well for
Mm-hmm.
us since Diego
Mm-hmm.
Costa.
Yep.
Uh, we haven't really seen someone, with the right profile. And I think Jackson is really, really similar to Diego Costa, but I feel like he's got kind of a better ability with the ball. He seems to take on opponents really well. If you've seen it, he could drive the ball quite well. I
Mm-hmm.
just haven't seen that killer touch from him yet. I haven't seen that ruthless finishing, but I think he got some good chances.
Yep.
Nothing really crazy because he got some tight angles. I wouldn't expect him to score there against the best goalkeeper in the Prem, Alisson.
Yeah.
I don't think you can judge him for that. He
Yep.
couldn't really score from there, but he was involved, really
Yes.
involved, and
Yep.
I think come game week 3, he's gonna be one of the most transferred in players.
Yeah.
If he shows, if he keeps that up, if he gets a goal against West Ham, I think he's gonna his ownership is gonna rise quickly. But I think you need to wait a bit more. I think we need to see how we play against West Ham to
Mm-hmm.
judge Chelsea overall. I think we need
Mm-hmm.
to see some consistency from the team and the player.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I think I've seen the highlights, and watched the game as well. If it's probably another keeper other than Allison, I think Jackson could easily score at least one goal. So yeah, he was really involved. He was really hardworking. He was everywhere. Um, but like what you said, just that killer instinct, or that composure at the final touch. If he can improve on that, I think just goals is just gonna come, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
So, and he's only 7
Someone,
million, 7 million
yeah,
for one of the top teams. A nailed 7 million striker for one of the top teams. It's and then against Luton as well the next game week.
yeah,
So
yeah.
so it's
Nice. I think if my Chelsea bias comes into play, I might also actually captain him too. If he shows like something next game, if I feel like he's gonna go crazy, I might actually go and do that because it feels like a game week to do some crazy stuff. I don't know.
yeah. I was just looking at your team. You currently don't have him, but I guess he
I
will
know,
be
yeah.
coming in for you on game week 3.
Nothing is certain. I just like to have to keep the tabs open and
Mm-hmm.
see how this game week goes, see who catches my eye, and yeah, with the 2 free transfers, I can do anything. So yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I'm really looking at him as well. I'm just trying to look for funds to bring him in.
Yeah, I think uh, it's a good price tag. I do have João Pedro, who's I've got 1 million in the bank. So with 2 free transfers, I could easily do that swap if I needed to.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm gonna see what's up and then decide.
All right.
Someone's
Okay.
asking in the comments, by the way, if captaining Rashford. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we mentioned this just now as well.
Yeah, we do.
Um,
Just to say that it's not a bad shot, but I wouldn't trust Man United right now in the
yeah,
current state that they seem to be. I wouldn't put my money in them.
yeah. I mean, for me, it's not a bad shout, yes, but there are better captaincy options um out there. So I think we mentioned it. Just to recap, we talk about
Also, another
Haaland.
question, by the way,
Yeah.
if you've seen that for 2 players to watch from Kelvin Guy,
Yep. Yep.
if you want to discuss that, I think that's
Yeah.
nice.
I'll just go through this. Pedro or Mitoma, I think we've talked
Yeah, sure.
about this just now. So
Yeah,
we,
Pedro.
we we agree to go on Pedro. So
Yeah.
maybe one more question from Kelvin. Two players to watch in each position. Who do you expect to make an impact over the next 3 game weeks? 3 game weeks is a bit specific. I think 3 game weeks meaning you're looking at 2, 3, and 4. Um, so if 2, 3, and 4, usually most of us will probably look at Chelsea
Game week three
assets.
onwards.
Yeah, game week
Yeah, I
three.
think Chelsea assets are the ones to watch. Maybe also Madison, I'd say,
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
I think now right now he's in a more attacking side, perhaps a side
Yep.
that has higher ambitions, and I think he's taking the set pieces, which
Mm-hmm.
is really really positive. He's got some good players that can utilize it, and I think his next 3 4 fixtures are actually quite good because he's
Yep.
got United and then he's got Bournemouth, Burnley, and Sheffield.
Yep.
I think these 3 fixtures are really nice fixtures, and I think at the price point 7.5, I think he's gonna be like a really easy transfer from Bruno if
Mm-hmm.
he doesn't convince at all. And also, I think Bumo too. I think for
Yep.
me, if I had to pick 2 players that most might not own, it's gonna be uh, Madison and then Bumo midfield and Jackson along with you know attack wise. I think Isaac is the one I want to get, but his fixtures just don't seem like
Yeah.
you know
Not
they just
convincing.
so discouraging. But I just feel like Isaac come game week 5 6 is gonna be in everyone's
Yes.
team.
Yep. Agreed. Yeah, I think another person another player you can look at is Wisa. Wisa for
Yeah,
Brentford. Yeah.
yeah.
Brentford.
Tony's up.
Yeah, he played well against Spurs, and he has the same fixtures as Mbomo. Fulham away, Crystal Palace at home, and Bournemouth at home. So those are really good fixtures, and he's only 6 million. So I guess he's worth the punt as well.
Yeah, but
Um,
wait, defense wise, because he said in his position, in defense, if I had to pick, I'd say Chilwell, if most team
yeah,
have him already.
yes,
And
definitely.
I think the Tottenham left back or right back is he? Udogie? I think
Yep,
I've murdered
yep,
the name,
yep.
but I think that guy, Tottenham, they also like to play with the fullbacks while attacking. So I
hmm
think that guy could do some serious damage to
Yes,
the
agreed.
opposition.
Yeah, because
So for
I
me,
think both Udogi and
he's
Emerson.
cheap too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
both
both
had.
they're both 4.5. I think. Let me just check. Yeah,
And
both
I think
Emerson and Udogi is 4.5. And the last game against Brentford, they play really high up. And Emerson scored a goal as well. So yeah, good shout. both are good choices. It's just that Spurs, they are still not so tight at the back, but
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
yeah. So you just
they're
have to
chasing
watch
that
out that.
upside. You know,
Yep, agreed. Two players in each position. Are we gonna? Do you want to talk about keepers? Probably not.
keepers. I don't think we need to. I don't know. I mean, right now, I think everyone's got Turner with someone else. I don't feel like that's gonna change. I don't think
Yeah,
you need to change
yeah,
that until your wild
yep.
card. So I think whoever you got, just pray for a clean sheet because with the added time right now, it's gonna be
Yeah.
crazy. It's gonna be
Yes.
crazy.
Agreed. It's going to be so much surprises at the end, like the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, of heartbreak. Uh, Twitter's gonna be
Okay.
havoc.
So just to summarize on Kelvin's questions, maybe two players on the defense. We talk about Chilwell, Udogi,
Henry.
or Emerson or Henry. Yes. Midfield, Madison, Mbomo. Striker role, Wisa or Jackson.
Yeah, I
Yes.
feel like that's kind of a nice summary for this 2 or 3 game weeks. I feel like that's the best summary we could give with what we've seen right now, right? Because we haven't seen a lot to judge and to
Yep.
be able to actually say something
Yep.
this early. But I think come game week 3, that's why I think the 2 free transfers are gonna be nice. You can kind of confirm what you said in game week 1, or let's say maybe that's not true. You can make better assumptions having seen one more game. So I feel
hmm
like we can
Oh,
say
this
more.
we have two more questions coming in, but this one is quite interesting.
Yeah.
Bench one of the following: Havertz, Joao Pedro, or Jackson. This is
Hmm.
this is not so easy.
Bench
Uh,
one though.
yeah, bench one.
Hmm.
I don't know if you look at Game Week 1, I think Havertz wasn't convincing at all.
Yeah, Havertz, he's gonna play. He does get chances, but I mean, I think Jackson you should play. For me,
hmm
Jackson needs to play
Yeah, definitely.
because if you got him in, you got him for this from this game with onwards, right? So I
Yep.
think you have to play him. Now, João Pedro, I think moves are gonna be a tough game for Brighton if they do show
hmm
the signs. If the signs are confirmed that they're gonna play as well as they did against United, but Havertz he's kind of a chance hugger. I think he's gonna play, but there's always a chance that he won't play because there's Trosser too.
Yep. Yep.
In Ketia, maybe he starts over him somehow. I don't know how
hmm
Arteta's gonna. I think he has that flexibility in the attack, which kind of makes me wonder if Havertz is gonna be dropped at some point
hmm
if he doesn't perform.
hmm
So dare I say Havertz should be benched? I don't know.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I look at those three players, and I look at how each one of them did on Game Week 1. Seems like Havertz is the least goal threatening amongst them. Because
And also,
yep,
if you're gonna add some of the EO part in it, because you have to a bit. I
yep,
think
yep.
if you bench Pedro and he scores, it will affect your
Oh
rank
yes, it's going
quite
to
a
be
lot.
painful. Yeah,
I'd
especially
say,
if he gets another penalty.
yeah, that's exactly. And you know what? Havertz is just such an anti FPL player. The guy is just, we hate him. We hate him.
I mean,
Hasn't
yeah,
done
you
anything
you
good for
you
me.
you guys had him last season, right?
No, I had him in the 7-0 against Norwich, and it still hurts me honestly.
Oh,
So
ouch.
yeah, I wouldn't put my money on Havertz,
Mm,
and with Pedro's ownership, I think just go safe for now.
yep. Okay,
I'd go
next
safe.
one from Siberian Amor Tiger. Would you play Turner or Ramsdale?
Oh,
Mm,
it's a tough one. Could Arsenal keep a clean sheet? Yeah. It looked shaky though against
yeah.
Forest.
Yes. So maybe I can share a stat that I saw. Oh, this is too small. Does it look small? Let me just
Can you
try and
zoom
bring
it?
this up. Yep. Okay. So if you look at number 6, I think for me, this is a good chance to start with Turner. Turner, I think he did relatively well against Arsenal. The
Yeah.
whole team only limited Arsenal to 0.883 xg in Emirates, and in the Sheffield United game they only had 0.51 xg at home against Palace. I think Palace they did really well in the game week one.
Yeah, yeah.
They really attacked a lot, and I can see them doing the same. And at the same time, like what you said,
Home game too.
yeah, home game, and at the same time, Arsenal didn't look really convincing at
I feel
home.
like when Elanga was subbed in, they seem to be terrorized. I don't know. I feel
Yep,
like
yep,
Eze could
agreed.
do the same thing.
Yeah,
So I don't trust Arsenal. I
yeah,
think, and you know what? I think most are gonna start Turner. I think he's gonna be
mhm,
really popular this week. So
yep,
uh,
yep.
why not?
Yeah,
Why
I
not?
think I think this is probably probably one of the better game weeks to play him if you have him. So for me, yeah, Turner over Ramsdale. Another one,
Yeah, I agree.
Turner or Edison.
Who are they playing? Oh, Newcastle.
I don't know. I
I,
mean, do,
I don't know. I think I'd still say Turner. I feel like Newcastle is going to score. I do feel like I feel like there's a higher chance of Newcastle scoring it
mhm.
rather than uh, rather than Sheffield. I just feel Sheffield is going to be such a bad team this season. I feel like they're going to get no
No.
disrespect to any Sheffield fans. I just feel like they haven't done anything to compete
Yeah,
with the Prem.
yeah. I
To
mean,
actually,
they want to buy Archer, but their bid
I
is
just feel they
just
haven't done enough. Uh,
yep.
and I think when you can't even I mean, they created 0.5 xg at home to Palace.
Hmm.
That shows that they have an issue. And I think they don't have a striker. Do they have a striker right now?
They are using a 4.5 million striker, Osula.
I just
So
don't think. I don't think they're gonna score. I know. I feel
yep,
confident that Turner could get a nice, maybe 7, 8 pointer this week.
yep. Okay. So if Turner over Edison. Okay, agreed.
Team
Oh,
Turner.
this
Team
is
Turner until he concedes 5 or something. I don't know.
so now the Turner questions coming in. Aditya.
Oh God, Turner or Nana. You have to go Turner. I know. I'm gonna keep saying Turner for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Like,
I don't think United keep a clean sheet either. Actually,
I mean,
I think this. Yeah, go on.
Onana, he did really well in the first game.
Yeah, punch the
It's
guy.
just, yeah, I mean, yeah, until the last part, he punched the guy. He was pretty lucky to get away with it.
He's
But
he seems like he's good, but some moments he just flips off. I don't know. He seems like a nut. He's in that case for me. I don't know. He seems like someone who could snap and just do something crazy. I don't know.
yeah, so the answer is still Turner.
Turner, yeah, all the way, guys. Whoever asks about Turner, Turner. There's no question. No one has a good fixture at this game week. I don't know. I think it's a good game week to gamble on
Hmm.
this kind of 4 million keeper.
Yep,
I don't think there's gonna be better game week to do it right now
yep,
in this
agreed.
in the coming weeks at least.
Yep. Okay, I guess that's all the questions that we have um, today. So, Chris, all the best. We have another 15 minutes more to the deadline. Maybe we can just after this we can just go through Twitter, see any last minute surprises. Hopefully not. There's the game week one. I think the end of the deadline, this is just too chaotic. So yeah, let's just hope it's a peaceful one,
Hopefully not. Yeah,
a
hopefully
peaceful one
not.
this game week. And for those who are watching and tuning in, all the best. Good luck in your teams, and good luck in
Good
game
luck,
week two.
guys.
Yeah. So for those who are who are with us, do like and subscribe, and click the bell for notifications for our next video, and follow us on social media platforms as well. We are on Twitter, TGN_FPL on Twitter and Instagram. So you can follow us there as well. So yeah, I guess that's all for today. And Chris, good luck to you. And
Good luck
let's
to
hope.
everyone. Good luck to
Let,
you too, Zoo.
yep. Okay.
And yeah,
Bye, everyone.
let's pray for a good game week.
Yep. Agreed. See you.
Bye, guys.